Hello and welcome. I am screaming into the microphone. It is Tyson and Teddy Talk, episode 34. I had to look it up this week because we didn't do one last week. We were out there living life. You know what I mean? Living like Larry.
Spoiler alert. I don't know if there will be one next week.
Oh, yeah. Okay. Well, we are here this week. And that's what matters,
true.
you know what I mean?
It's the middle of the summer. Like, we have, middle of the summer. Also, life is starting to, become
happen
life.
again.
And so it's kind of just like, you gotta do stuff. Because we've been trapped in our homes for fucking a year and a half. So, yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. We haven't recorded in 2 weeks, though, so it's like, I was trying to think today what all I had to talk about and what I talked about last time. I do have games and stuff that I've been playing that are new, or not, not new, but new to me, like usual. I'm usually about a year behind. That's actually pretty accurate. The last couple of years, literally all the games I played last year were games from 2019, and all the games I played this year from 2020. You
gotta get through that backlog.
Yeah, I guess so. I'm just letting all the patches come out for them. Not really, but with some of the games, that's actually true. With one of the games I have been playing. But yeah, I was going to ask you, have you seen Suicide Squad? Because I have not yet.
I've seen Fast and Furious 9, and I've seen Suicide Squad.
God damn it. I knew you were going to have seen it already. It came out literally Thursday, but... Yeah. God damn it.
We're getting back to normal life now. Now I'm double vaxxed. Now I'm fuck it. I'm doing everything that I can.
Did you go to the theater for Suicide Squad?
Yeah.
Oh shit. Wow. I honestly did not have any clue it was coming out this week. And then I saw people on Twitter talking about it and I was like, "Oh, I don't really want to go to the theater, but I do want to see that." So I started looking up where is that? Where can I watch it? And it was HBO Max. And I was like, oh, shit, that's really good. I think that means I just have it and I can go watch it whenever.
I will say, before, I won't spoil anything, but it is the best DC EU movie of all time. Meaning not Dark Knight trilogy. I don't put that in the same. It's DC EU.
No, it's not the same.
So from what is it?
From
Superman, Man of Steel. So from Man of Steel onwards, the Suicide Squad is the best movie of them all, and Harley Quinn is a better female role model. Actually, I don't know. I like her better. I like her better as a female protagonist than Wonder Woman.
Yeah, that's fair.
I feel that she has more depth.
The weird thing is I saw people talking about this. Is Margot Robbie's Harley Quinn has weirdly in this disjointed as fuck weird DCEU, she has kind of been a through line throughout a lot of it, and at least for some of the good ones that people really like, it's
she's like the Ryan Reynolds. It's no matter if it's a bad movie, she still stands out as the thing that's good, and that she nails that character, and whenever she's on screen, you're just you pay attention, and it's just whenever there was a big scene with Harley Quinn in Suicide Squad that I was like, holy shit, this is fucking amazing. It was so fucking cool. It was so good.
Maybe I will watch that today. I was thinking about watching
James
that today.
Gunn, man, James Gunn, what a filmmaker.
Guardians 3, I am very much looking forward to. Honestly, after Endgame, Guardians 3 was all right, that's what I fucking want.
Really? I was Thor Love and Thunder.
Well, no. Thor was as Guardians of the Galaxy. The way they set that up, I was like, let's fucking go. That's going to be so good.
But when they announced both of them, it was okay, well, I'm more excited. I like Thor better than Guardians, but that's just because I like Thor.
Yeah. I'm when it comes to the movies, I just love Guardians. Guardians 2 is one of my favorites. It's up in the... I actually revisited my MCU list because I was curious, because I don't think I have added any of the... I don't think I've updated it since Spider-Man, probably. But I could add Black Widow on there, and I could add all of the shows. And I really should do that, to be honest. I think that'd be interesting.
We got a new show coming on Wednesday.
It's fucking this Wednesday?
Yeah.
God damn, that's crazy.
What if? And now it's probably going to have
yeah.
more weight than we thought, which is kind of cool.
Shang-Chi is less than a month away,
Yeah.
which is so cool. It's like September 3rd.
Shang-Chi. And we got Hawkeye.
Available for that?
Not for that.
Okay. I just was thinking, I was like, fuck, I need to get those as soon as they are.
So it'll be Shang-Chi, then it'll be Hawkeye, then it'll be Eternals, then it'll be Spider-Man, and we don't know.
That's crazy. Eternals, I have said, Eternals is the one thing that I'm not necessarily the most excited about. I would say I'm probably most excited about Spider-Man because of the fucking. But I am most interested in Eternals out of everything
Eternals
that they've really
almost
laid
is like
out.
A make or is like I don't want to say a make or break, but it is like it's a new page.
Yeah,
like a fully.
Absolutely.
I know that Shang-Chi is a new character, but he's still like based on Earth, and he's still kind of. And it's still gonna feel familiar, but Eternals is like
consider
so
Shang-Chi,
out there.
Yeah, I would consider Shang-Chi a part of that like new, phase 4, like new characters, all that shit. But Eternals is like a new step in the universe.
A new type of like god or human or like whatever they are. Like Shang-Chi's still a dude. He's still like a human. So, but like Eternals, what are they? Like they're not Asgardians, so they're like it's a totally new race of people that we don't know yet. So that's kind of cool.
Yeah, that's like super powerful and like I don't know. It's super interesting. Like I remember listening to a podcast like a year or two ago where I think they were talking about all of this that had either been announced or rumored or just like barely announced. And they were talking about Eternals and how they're like the Eternals in the comics are very like not Celestials, I don't think, because that's a whole nother actual thing, but are very like celestial, like god, literal like god-like things that are in the Marvel universe, like really huge. And they were like theorizing about all this stuff, and I was like, that seems really important. And now
did you see there's a YouTube video of somebody like lined up the end of WandaVision and the end of
I have
Loki.
seen that. Yeah.
And so it's like spoilers. So it's spoilers for Loki and WandaVision, but it's like it's almost like they pair up these two shots, and I don't know if it is just like a fan thing, like a fan.
Yeah.
Obviously, it is sort of like a theory. Like there's no confirmation, but like when Wanda finally becomes like Scarlet Witch, Kang's like, whoa, like we've like crossed the threshold kind of thing, and he's like, oh, like it's all different now. And then because we all know that like Scarlet Witch is like one of the most powerful beings, so it is cool if Marvel is that fucking like down to the detail where they're like, we're gonna really line up these two shots so that they like kind of match.
I don't think that's what's going on, most likely, because that would be incredibly impressive because they're like different showrunners, like different directors. But it's still like Kevin. It's like, but it's possible.
Still Kevin Feige, if he's just like, hey, we need to make it so that Kang, in like the last episode, Kang kind of realizes that that Scarlet Witch.
Been something planned for a while, they would have. He would have had to be like, oh.
But they've been talking about the next like.
That's not surprising.
Yeah, like they've been talking about this like phase of movies and TV shows for years already. So like, it's not like too big of a detail, but it's just like
that's true. We really heard about Loki and all of this like a long time ago. Before they actually have finally like come out.
And it could like mean, and then like it doesn't really mean anything either. But if it does, it's just like a little bit of icing on the cake. Like it doesn't really have ramifications. Yeah. It's just kind of like it's like an Easter egg, where it's like like you see when Kang like takes a step and he's like, oh, this is weird. It's like that's at the same time that Wanda became Scarlet Witch. Yeah, that'd be really cool.
It is very cool. That is crazy that we have everything. Like, what if is this upcoming Wednesday? That's crazy. I didn't actually know that. And they are doing the weekly stuff, right? Do we know how many episodes it is?
I don't think so. I don't know if they've said.
My guess is probably like
6 or 8. Probably not 10. I don't think they've
6 has been like
the
standard, right? Like Loki, WandaVision, Falcon. Yeah, I think
was WandaVision 6
so far,
I thought WandaVision was 8.
WandaVision might have been more. I think that was 8.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then the other 2 were 6, I think. Yeah, it's very exciting. I'm so into it.
I'm very excited.
I was gonna ask, is the new Dragons told me that there's something in Destiny this upcoming Wednesday. He said it's the epilogue. Is that a thing that's happening?
Is that this week? I don't know.
I think he said it's upcoming Wednesday. I'll have to look into that because I haven't logged into that game
It would be
forever.
Tuesday.
But I'll do it. Sure.
It's Wednesday for him, but Tuesday for us.
Oh, okay, yeah. Okay,
so it would be just like it would just be. I think it's just the epilogue like story ties the story together.
All right, cool. Yeah, I'll do that.
Destiny.
I'll probably do that on Wednesday and not Tuesday though because there's a new Rogue Company season that I'm actually pretty stoked about because it's got really cool. It's like Japan themed. Destiny. I mean, I always do, constantly, never like in there, forever. But the new the new Rogue Company season is like Japan themed. Apparently, they're doing like a new map, and apparently they like worked in collaboration with the city of Kyoto to like make the map, and I'm like, that's really cool. And apparently, I think they said some of the some like a percentage of the money spent on the battle pass, I think they said goes to like the city of Kyoto or something like that. I'm like, oh, it's really cool. So yeah, and as somebody who really likes that aesthetic, I'm so into it. I was saying I've never actually been excited for a battle pass up until now. Like battle passes for me, usually I'm like, that's cool. All right. Like, sure, I'll take stuff. But then they showed it off on their like season 3 like stream, and they showed off all the tiers and whatnot. And there were multiple things that I was like, holy fuck, I want that. I want that really bad. Because they're like my aesthetic. It's like the shit that I really like. So it's tailor-made for me.
Then you have to play that and only that.
I mean, honestly, in season 1, where I actually did finish the battle pass, I did play a lot. It did take a good bit. Like I definitely didn't play only that, but I played that like probably 3 or 4 nights out of the week, like just every day or every week. We were playing that pretty regularly because there wasn't a ton of games out, and I convinced my friends to play. But yeah, I do want to finish out that battle pass because it'll be neat. So that's happening Tuesday. What If is Wednesday. That's about it for next week for me. That's exciting though. Hell yeah.
Yeah, we got 2. So we have 2 weeks until the Destiny new season. I accidentally
I do have that literally on my calendar of like okay,
I took that whole week off, but I'm not gonna be here. So
where are you going? Like on an actual vacation?
I'm just going home.
Oh,
but it is still like a vacation. And so I was like, oh, I could like put it on my PS5 and like do the whole try that out. And so I loaded it up. The only thing
there is the money, but
yeah. And so I loaded it up, and then it's like, and then it gave me a platinum, and I was like, fuck. So now I don't have 69 platinums
yeah,
anymore.
because you had 69.
And I was like, are you fucking kidding me? This sucks. So I loaded up the game, and I was like, okay, yeah, the game looks fine. I can't do strikes. I can't do PvP because I don't have PlayStation Plus.
Yeah.
I couldn't even do Grandmasters by myself, like solo Grandmasters. And I'm like, just because of PlayStation Plus.
That is weird.
And I'm like, because I don't need to buy the season because the seasons are across all. It's just the expansion.
Just
so I wouldn't be able to.
I
wouldn't be able to use my stasis for a week. But I'm like, whatever. I don't need to use stasis.
Is that? Oh wow, that's crazy.
If you literally do all of the campaign and stuff, like I went to Europa on the PS5 and like I saw people and I could still do all that stuff. I just couldn't
let you equip stasis?
Yeah, I couldn't equip stasis.
Huh. That's crazy.
But it's just like, do I really want to play, or do I really want to pay for a month of PlayStation Plus just to play the first week of the content? And I'll be back like later in the week and I'll easily catch up, and I'm like, maybe I'll just take a week off. I'll just like bounty farm before, and then I can just kind of get ahead on that anyways.
Yeah, it's not a bad idea. I would probably suggest that it's probably not worth it for you. I did it a while back, but I have plus regularly, so that's not even.
Also,
a thing
I
was
hated
thinking
playing
about.
with a controller. I was like, oh my god, this is just so bad.
That's what I was gonna say.
I could not
it's
do
not
it.
just the expansions for you; it's also that it's not mouse and keyboard. So
yeah.
Whereas I play on a controller normally, it's a different controller. So honestly, literally swapping to the PlayStation, like from my PC using Elite Series 2 to a DualSense is very weird because I have to like I use the paddles, and then when I'm not, it's weird. But yeah, I wouldn't do it. I'd play something else. Give yourself or you know,
wait,
chill. You know, just chillax. Go do something. You know, you're on vacation. You know what I mean? I know you're just back home, but still.
Yeah, it's still like every day is
not really the same thing of like going somewhere.
But yeah, so and I didn't even realize that was that week. And so I was just like, whatever.
Yeah.
And this is gonna be a long ass season, anyways. I think it's safe to say that we are in for a rough like 6 months of Destiny.
If you are a hardcore Destiny player,
it's gonna be rough.
It's very possible. Yeah.
It's gonna be very, very rough.
Sorry. Sorry to all y'all out there. I will say I thought it was funny. One of the Destiny streamers I've followed tweeted out like, "Oh, I just finished up the armor like a day before the armor, the Solstice armor like finished." And I retweeted that and was like, "Well, there goes another year where I do play a good bit of Destiny, but the moment that Solstice armor rolls around, I stop caring." For no reason whatsoever. And I had a friend be like, "Oh, but they were really easy this year and they look cool." And I was like, "Yeah, you're right." you're right. Didn't care, you know. But I am excited for next season. I'll definitely hop in. I have that in my calendar.
I did Master Vogue this week.
Oh, did you? How'd that go?
It is fucking rough, let me tell you.
Really? Damn.
I think it took us like 5 to 6 hours.
Shit. Well, if there is, if it stays pretty much the same, and then next season goes up in light, then hopefully it'll be a lot easier. Hopefully.
Well, so this is the thing. Like, if it stays at 1350, then next season will be a lot easier. If it increases, then
it'll be the same. You know.
Yeah. And then you have to grind your fucking ass off, and because I was 1339, so I was like 11 under, and it was rough.
I mean, I'm trying to think. They'll probably just keep it. Like, think about like
I've heard arguments for both sides because it's like GMs. It's gonna be just like GMs, where it's like you still have strikes that will be at the regular power level or whatever. But then GMs will always be like the higher power, the higher light or whatever.
Yeah. If they do raise it, I feel like that's not normally what they do with like raids and stuff. But you know, they probably are trying to keep it more.
But they won't raise the normal raid. They'll just raise the master raid.
Yeah.
To keep like the challenge there.
It's only in like a couple weeks, right? Like 2 or 3.
Yeah.
So yeah. All right. Cool.
It was tough. It was the Templar challenge, and Templar challenge is like it was the hardest part of that whole raid.
The not letting him teleport?
Yeah, because you have to one phase him.
Yeah.
And he has more health. The enemies do a lot more damage and are shielded. And like we just kept dying, and like you need to have so much DPS. You need to have like 2 bubbles, 2 wells. And you need to be like very, very coordinated. It is.
Damn, that's crazy.
It was rough, but I got a whole bunch of time lost fate bringers.
I really want a time lost weapon. That's the thing. Well, no matter what, if they increase it, if they do increase it next season, then I'll have to be like, all right, well, you know, the part of the reason why I was just like, fuck it this season was because I was like, they might increase it and it might be a lot easier literally in a few weeks. You know what I mean? Like, but if they increase it and it's not easier, I'll have to be like, well, fuck, this is my only option. And I'll have to try.
You better get to grinding.
Have to grind. Yeah, I'll have to, you know.
It does suck. Like choice. I'll say that like they should just at least have a contest modifier instead for master, where it caps you at a certain level, so that you can still so that because like nobody likes grinding, nobody likes popping moon bounties for fucking hours and hours because that's the most efficient way to grind your artifact. That's not fun.
That's wild.
Like that's the easiest way, but nobody wants to do that. So it's like
it's crazy that that's still the easiest way too. Because I played like when I did the Forerunner season, I remember people saying that that's the easiest way for XP is the moon bounties. I'm surprised that hasn't changed. It's still moon bounties.
Yeah, because one like the Lost Sector is I think like the shortest distance, that first one.
Yeah,
and the bounties the bounties that are in that like pool are very. Like, it's like submachine gun kills, auto rifle kills, pistol, hand cannon kills.
It was great.
Like, they're nothing too... Also, there's ones that are like that supplement each other. It'll be like auto rifle kills and void kills. So then you put a gnawing hunger on, 2 birds with 1 stone. Like, in one run of a Lost Sector, you can do all 5 bounties.
Yeah, I did that back then, and that's cool. It does seem like it was the same. I actually enjoyed it back then, but I enjoyed it because I had a very, like, reasonable, easy goal. I was at like, I think I was at like 85 or something on the season pass, and I was just like, oh, let me just get to 100 or something. And I did that for a while. But that's like the seasonal power, the artifact, getting that up is a lot. Like because
it increases as well.
Yeah,
like that like that every time it increases, and so like if you need like to 1350. If you need to be 1340, that's a plus. Because what are we? 1330? No, 1320 is the max right now. Yeah, that's right. Yeah, 1320 is the max. So you need to be plus 20 at least, like roughly, to get to be 1340 to then only be 10 under for the Master Vogue.
Yeah.
So you need to get your artifact up to 20.
Harder, that's crazy.
And it's like there's nothing fun to do to just do that. It is just like just do stuff, and it's just like that's not fun grinding in a game. Yeah. Just to be ready to do the
only
raid.
For a short amount of time. Like I'm down with that, but for the amount of time that you would have to do to get that up to where you would need for like Grandmaster or whatever, nah, that's not good. It's not good at all.
It's like that's why people bounty
it's
prep.
Coming out in a couple weeks. Have you been playing anything else this past week? Or
just
past 2
Demon
weeks?
Souls. Just Demon Souls. I've taken a little bit of a break from Mass Effect 2 because it was a little bit hard to like juggle that, play that like one day and then play Demon Souls one day. And so I'm like, okay, you know what? I'm just going to kind of focus on Demon Souls until I'm like fully done that. And like
that's fair.
Tuesday, I like knocked out 4 bosses, and then I streamed Thursday and knocked out another 2. So I think I only have like 6 left. So I'm gonna try and just like rush through that game. I don't really do the secrets. I don't really care. I just want to beat the game. And then I'll probably get back to Mass Effect or start Grime. Mass Effect doesn't even seem like a good, at least for me, a good streaming game because like
from what I have seen, it does not seem like
there are some streamers like I've watched
from the bit that I played.
I've watched a couple streamers stream it and it's fine, but for me, it's just like that doesn't seem like a game that I would like to stream just because I play those games very weirdly and like I'll like dawdle around for a while. And when I'm like streaming, I'm like, okay, we need to do this, then we need to do this, then we need to do this.
Well, it's one of those games where if you want, you can read a bunch of shit. You can literally spend time talking to the person for a lot longer, be like, tell me everything. And then you sit in conversation for a while. Like, I don't know. It's not necessarily paced where it's like, even like you're gonna have action, not even like constantly, but you could like I remember in Mass Effect 1, I actually did stream. I played Mass Effect 1 for like, I don't know, like 4 hours or something. And I got to the Citadel and then spent like 2 hours in the Citadel. Yeah. It's like talking to people and running around and exploring.
It's also a replay for me. And so that adds another kind of like I already somewhat know what's going to happen, so I'm sort of invested, but I'm sort of not invested because I already know what's going on. Like, I know what's going to happen. And so...
That's fair.
And, like, with Demon Souls, I don't remember anything now that I'm far enough in the game that I really don't remember anything. I will say though, Demon Souls, not as hard as like the other Souls games.
Really interesting.
There's been a couple of bosses where I've been like, there was one boss. This is spoilers for Demon Souls. Where one boss he has like it's like a huge like kind of ogre-esque boss, and he has like a gash in his stomach and like a piece of metal in there, and it's like bleeding. And you try to damage him, and you get no numbers or nothing. But you literally just have to like keep, and he's really slow, like super slow because he's huge. You literally just have to keep hitting that gash until he falls over, and then you can like hit his head. And I like first tried that boss.
Yeah.
And it's and none of them really scare me. Like there are bosses in Dark Souls 3 where I was just like, holy shit, this is so intimidating.
Yeah.
But it's still fun. It's still like a gorgeous game. It looks so
nice. So fucking good.
It is so good.
From all of the out of all of the Souls games, the only one I've really actually put significant amount of time into. Well, I guess the only one I've actually played. I haven't even touched any. Oh no, I touched a little bit of Sekiro, but the only one I put a lot of time into is Bloodborne. And it did surprise me how like, I mean, it is difficult, but it surprised me how like, I don't know, people don't mention that in Bloodborne, if you're like, there are stats that you can upgrade, like you can get more health and strength. It's like, if you're having a problem, you can like just go back and grind. Like it was like when I was playing Persona back in the day.
Don't do that.
I did, but you can. That's part of the game. It's like, okay, well,
but again, that's
when got stronger and came back and killed him.
This is why for me, my favorite Souls game is Sekiro, because literally you do not level up in that game. And it literally is just like hey, get better.
Isn't there some stuff that you can like skills or something?
There's like different moves. But you do not level up like your strength or your attack power. Yeah, you literally have to. You get like you can upgrade your health, but that's only from defeating bosses.
Yeah, wasn't there something with the house? Like you went back to the house.
Well, there's the healing gourd.
Okay.
If you like, and that's just for. That's the other thing I really hate about Demon Souls, and the same with Bloodborne. Mm-hmm. Both of those games have a system where you can like buy like healing, and like because in Bloodborne it's like blood vials, I think.
Yeah, I think it's just straight up like potions, right? I think.
And then in Demon Souls you can get like grass, and then that's how you heal. But you literally have to like farm souls, buy grass to heal, and I hate that mechanic. Whereas all of the other Souls games, when you die, your flask is replenished, and like you could have like 6 or 7 drinks of the flask to heal, and so that was just so much better. And then you like it streamlines the game where you're not like, oh, I used a lot of healing potions on that boss, better go back to this place, fucking farm for a little while, and it's like that's not fun. It's not. Yeah, I don't think that's fun.
True. The hardest part of Bloodborne for me, and I've heard that this is the truth with a lot of people, is the opening section before the first boss. It's not the Blood-Starved Beast, that's later or whatever. The first dude's like what, the Cleric Beast or whatever? Yeah, the first boss on the bridge. The bit leading up to that fucking boss took me like 6 to 8 hours. I couldn't fucking do it. And that's because also when you get to the boss, people, you don't, the game doesn't even tell you this, but like when you get to that first boss, whether you beat him or if you die, I think I died the first time, and then it takes you to the little area where you can upgrade shit. And then you're like, oh.
But you couldn't without dying first.
No, you couldn't without getting to that boss and dying first. So like that first little bit was so fucking rough. And I think I literally upgraded like 1 or 2 things maybe. And then I got to the boss and killed him. And I was like, all right.
It is a very great. I just love
that opening.
Souls
was
games
fucking annoying, so and I was there because I stuck it out because I was talking with friends in like a Discord or something. And I'm like, well, And they told me, they were like, just get through the first opening bit, and then you'll be okay. And then I did. No, 100% they were correct. Like
Father
that bit was the
Gascoigne
hardest part in the game for me.
Father Gascoigne was hard though.
I beat him pretty easily. Like you
can glitch him too.
Oh yeah, the boss I got to, apparently I learned later, was like an optional boss. And then I beat him and then stopped. I think I got pretty far into the game though. I liked it. I got way more into that than I honestly thought I would. I didn't really.
Sekiro is still just like my favorite. So Sekiro is fun. So fucking good, and it's like totally.
It is weird
not
to me that
Bloodborne
has not been patched for 60 FPS. That's very odd, because like I know people really love that game.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know if like Sony's holding it for something. I don't know. Because there's no way I can play that 30.
Yeah, I was thinking if there was a Souls game to go back to, I would go back to Bloodborne. And then I'm like, but it's not 60. Like if they have a 60 patch for PS5, I'd do it. But
if you play like a 60 Souls game on like Steam or something right now, and then you go back and you play Bloodborne, it is rough. It takes your eyes a very long time to sort of like readjust. Because it's also just like swinging the camera is just like so tough.
I googled like Bloodborne 60 FPS.
Oh, there's so many rumors.
There's a bunch of rumors, but there's also like a bunch of fans being like, here with this unofficial patch or mod,
have done it too.
Then you can do it, and that's like, what the fuck? People really want this apparently. But yeah, Demon Souls, a little bit of Mass Effect, and Destiny. Is that what you've been playing the last week?
Yeah, I think so. Oh, and then Back 4 Blood.
Nice.
Yeah.
Nice.
Back 4 Blood is really fun. We did I guess it's the first act. It's fairly easy. I like it. There's one level where it was more objective based, where you had to like run up a yacht and then across a bridge, but then you had to plant explosives on the yacht. And so then you had to go back to the bridge, grab an explosive, and then plant it. And then like while zombies are attacking you. I like that more than just, oh, you set off an alarm, here comes a horde, survive the horde. And I'm just like, okay. And that was like the majority of all of Act 1 was just like, yeah, go to here, here's a horde. Go here, here's a horde. And I'm like, I guess. I just kind of like more I just kind of like objective stuff more. Also the ammo, there was like a lot of ammo starve feeling. And so I was like mostly a melee gamer.
I'm not gonna lie, from the footage from like the alpha, it looks fun, but like my one complaint from just watching it, it does look, in my opinion, I know a lot of people want it to be very Left 4 Dead, but it looked very Left 4 Dead in a very weird dated way of like that, where it's just like, okay, move forward, survive a horde. Like, I don't know, the like design of the level that I watched, but I only watched one, didn't look super like modern. It looked very, very kind of older.
It was fine. Like if it wasn't coming to PC Game Pass, I probably wouldn't pick it up at least day one for sure.
That's exciting.
But yeah, I want to play Ascent. I have it downloaded, and then I want to play Grime. Well, I guess Ascent's not really like a Souls light game, but Grime is very Souls light.
I heard that Ascent does get really. I heard that Ascent gets difficult. Because it's the main complaint that I've heard about that game is that it's not made very well for solo play. It's supposed to be like co-op.
I don't like that.
I'm still gonna try it. Yeah, me too. I'm like,
just
I really wasn't going from all of the review discussions that I had heard. I was like, maybe I don't play it. But then I was like, it's on Game Pass, so maybe I do.
And I've had an itch to play the Final Fantasies again. Like I kind of
older ones, or
like I kind of want to play 9. I don't know why. I just feel like I want to play 9 and 13 again.
Bro, that's fair.
And I kind of want to play them on stream.
Yeah.
But I don't know how that would. Like 13 would be easier on stream because it's all voiced and there's really no reading, whereas 9 is literally all reading.
Yeah,
and I don't know if I would like to read. I don't think I would read it. I don't know.
Okay, real talk. I thought about getting back into Final Fantasy 14 for a bit, but I was like, if I did, what I would mainly want to do is like the MSQ stuff, and I don't want to do that on stream and I know that so much more of it, from what everyone says, is voiced as it goes on. I know. But there is still a lot. I actually hopped in and played for like a couple hours. There is still a lot of just like text, and I'm like, I don't want to read all of this. And as a streamer, I feel like I would need to.
This is literally like Jace has been playing, and he doesn't know a single person's name. He doesn't know.
So that's what I want to do, but everyone gets so mad at me.
just okay. So, but this is my philosophy: is that like I won't play with probably either of you then. And that's just that. It's just because like it's weird.
Then I'm just
to me.
Put it all together.
You can totally play the game how you want, but we probably won't play together because we don't gush about the same things.
I mean,
that's it.
Fair.
Yeah,
that's fair. And then I'm just probably not gonna play it. I don't know. The whole like expectation with that game has kind of.
I told Jace, and this is the thing: is like he's like, oh. I guess he really likes just that carrot of seeing your level go up and doing that. And I'm like, but he's
MMO,
like,
that's
but he's like
like,
saying, but he's like, oh, I want to play with my friends and they're all at the end. And I'm like, well, then just buy a boost. To me,
yeah,
I would rather do like if I didn't care about the story whatsoever, I would rather pay for a boost and do the fun content with my friends at the end than do this mindless stuff. I feel to me like my money, my time is worth more than my money.
Yeah. Well, I mean, he might actually like the leveling process. It's definitely a lot different.
But that's a fucking grind, and he's only doing one character. And
it's definitely better in 14 than like WoW. But before World of Warcraft had the fucking like big level revamp, which they did like last expansion or whatever, which I haven't played, but I heard it's a lot better than it used to be. But when I tried to get my character to like max level, it's like fucking impossible and really stupid and outdated. Like you get to certain bits from like level 70 to 80 where the curve is just weirdly like just shot up, and it takes like going from like 80 to 81 or something takes like weeks and weeks of playing that game, whereas like 71 to 72 took like 3 days. Like it's so weird. And 14 is definitely a lot better with like the leveling. But I will say I'm kind of with you there. If you're not caring about the story and if you want it for the content, then I used to always say if you wanted to play World of Warcraft, I was always like buy a boost. The content is better.
I always with World of Warcraft, whenever I like bought an expansion, because it always would come with a boost, and I would always just play that, and then I would like play a little bit of the new expansion.
Because that game is not necessarily like as fucking story reliant as 14 is, and it's mainly about the gameplay, and it's like you're gonna have better and more fun quests. Like the zones are gonna be more interesting. Like so do it. But
but it's weird. Like to me, that's why, and so that's why I'm like, more power to you. But I doubt we will play together because we'll be in a dungeon, and I'll be like, oh my god, there's Alfino, and he's doing this, and he's like, who? And I would just be like, get out, like fucking get out. They were there from day one. Like you,
as somebody
that's
who
like saying
that game got through.
Look at Cade. Who?
I got through A Realm Reborn, and I got through all the patch quests and got up to Heaven's Ward on stream. As somebody who did that, I did enjoy my time, and by the end of it, I was interested in the story, and I was like, well, fuck, I do actually want to keep going to see what's going on here. But like, then I started going, and I was like, oh, there's so much. It's just so much. And for a game, like, I don't know, I have to be like Bryce, he jokingly, but then I was like, are you serious? Because I'll do it. He was like, I'll give you $100 if you beat Heaven's Ward by the end of September. And then I started looking into it, and Heaven's Ward is like 80 to 100 hours if you just do MSQ. And I was like, that's not even $1 an hour. Like, I was like, I can't.
80 to 100 hours? There's no way.
There's what everything said online. That's what it all said. But
I literally did from
I'm
from December, from like at the end of December to probably mid-April. So what is that? 4 months. I went from ARR to the end of Shadowbringers.
Yeah, but you still play like a shit ton more video games in a week than I do. Like that's about. I bet that's still about accurate.
I don't think Heavensward wasn't the one that took me. No, and there was a lot of times where I didn't play the story too.
Yeah. I don't know, man. I'm just going
Heavensward wasn't that long.
So. Yeah. I'm just trusting the internet.
But I doubt you will. Just like with Destiny, I doubt you'll come back. I doubt you'll come back to Final Fantasy. You're not for Endwalker. You're not going to be there.
With Destiny, and then I came back and played for like 3 months.
Not 3 months. It's still
probably like 2.
Maybe 2. Probably like.
When did season whatever the fuck launch? It
was before. You stopped playing before Master Vogue, and that was at least 5 weeks ago.
Before. Yeah. When did the season launch? It started in like
June.
Yeah. Well, was it June? I'm looking through my calendar because I think I have it.
It's probably June.
Put video game stuff on my calendar. Oh no, is May 11th. So I played for at least a month there into June, and then. Yeah, no, definitely 2 months. And that's, about 2 months, yeah. That's about accurate. But, yeah, I mean, that's still, you said I wasn't going to do it, and I did it.
What rank are you
I will agree.
In the season pass?
I'm probably not going to come back to 14. I'm not disagreeing with you there.
It's like you played it for 2 months, but, like, what rank are you in the season pass? You didn't, like, play, like, a lot.
Mm. I hate hardcore video game players so goddamn much. I played for 2 months almost every night, and that's not enough. It's not enough for me to consider to be back. Like
I just don't. I just.
Stupid.
But I don't see that as playing it 2 months. If I sign on to Genshin for 10 minutes every day,
don't deserve rights.
If I sign up, no, but like you're saying, like I played it for 2 whole months, and I'm like, well, you didn't really. You played it for like a handful of hours a week.
Yeah, probably. I don't know. Like, oh, there's a fucking fly in here. God damn it! There's so many flies in this fucking house. They're coming through my window.
You gotta clean your house.
No, they're coming through my window, like straight up. Okay, this is a whole thing.
What are flies attracted to?
Anyone in the comments, they're coming through where my plants are. If anyone knows how to deal with the flies coming through a goddamn window, let me know. Because the other day, I went, like, in the morning, opened my blinds.
A fly
fucking,
swatter?
like, 12 flies. Dude, right here. And they're all, like, slow. So it's
then they're attracted to something.
I don't know. I was looking into it. I think they're coming through the little, there's, like the bottom window that you can lift up, like the little lid for that, you know what I mean? I think they're just coming right through there, like pretty easily. So I don't know. I gotta find some sort of like spray. There's gotta be like a spray where I can just, spray that down. I don't know, but I've been looking into it because they don't leave the window though. They're not like other than that one right there. Apparently that was in my fucking.
Well, they're
studio.
trying to leave the window. There's probably stuck.
I guess, yeah. They're trying to get out. Fucking don't come in the first place, motherfuckers. I don't want you here. Anyway,
they get to do what they want.
Flies. But yeah, that's a tangent about flies and about Final Fantasy 14. Maybe one day. I don't know. I do miss the gameplay. I really like the fucking gameplay. And then I come back and then I'm like, God damn it, I gotta read for fucking 2 hours. Anyway.
Then just buy a boost.
Talk. Yeah,
buy a boost. Buy a boost.
But then everyone's gonna murder me, so I don't want to be murdered. So instead, I'm just gonna play my other games where no one murders me. I'm just gonna play Rogue Company, which I actually get murdered in a lot. But but I was gonna talk about the games I played the last 2 weeks. I was trying to think about it. There's one big one that I want to talk about, but other than that, I was like, what else did I play? Not really zombies, because I haven't touched Call of Duty since all the fucking Activision Blizzard shit. What else did I play? Oh, I did play the Halo Infinite technical flight.
I watched a little bit of that.
It was fun. I am really bummed that I missed the like 1 hour where they opened it up for actual like PvP and not bots. I'm bummed I missed that because that would have been fun.
The thing is, it looks like Halo from 20 years ago. It just looks like...
When did Halo launch? I mean, that was 20... You're saying it looks like
20.
Halo Combat Evolved?
I mean, it doesn't look any different. It's like, it looks just very like Halo. You're still the same fucking behemoth Spartans that run around. You still use the same guns that we used 20 years ago. It looks like Halo, which is fine. I just don't think that in today's mainframe of video games,
yes,
I don't think that it has a place if it can't compete on that kind of like level.
I mostly agree with you there. I was listening to Podcast Unlocked, and it was very weird because most of the podcasts I've been listening to that talk about Halo Infinite are saying what I agree with. But on Unlocked, Destin was talking about how he's like, Halo Infinite doesn't need a battle royale, and I'm like, dude, problem is,
I mean, like, if you're I don't know, new game, you need it.
Yeah, that's the
like
thing.
That, the only reason Destiny's not doing it is because it's not a new game. Yeah. But if a brand new like a new
type of game,
yeah, but like if a brand new type of like, because I guess Halo's shooter. Like like if it's a new game, even though Destiny's literally just like now expanding on each expansion, but if it's a new game that's gonna be a PvP focused kind of thing, you need to have at least some sort of BR. Even if it's not like a huge like 100 people thing, like maybe if it's just 50 or maybe if it's, I don't know, they need something. They need to do something different than what Halo did 20 years ago.
Well, the problem is like, I don't know. I, as somebody who is a huge fan of small scale like arena shooting games of like, that's why I like Rogue Company. It is 4v4 like on like small maps, like that is what Halo is. It's 4v4. There is big team battle, but that's kind of a different type of thing. But that's like as somebody who likes that, it is clearly not the most popular option in today's gaming industry. Like Warzone and Fortnite and Apex are giant. Like if you do want to compete on that kind of level, which maybe they don't, but you would think that Xbox's biggest first party
like
probably would.
I saw the TTK was like is always super low.
Well, I mean they're not gonna change that. And
I know, and that's another thing that I just hate. I'm just like, it's you take so, and then you punch a dude,
that's kind of the point.
And he dies instantly, and I'm like, what the fuck is this game?
Well, okay, I was with you for a bit, Tyson, and you lost.
What? You put like 100. You put like how many rounds? You put how many rounds into a Spartan? But if you walk up to them and you just go bop, they're dead.
I mean, it does half health. It's not an instant kill.
I thought it was instant.
No. I think back, like if you melee them from behind, that might be instant. I know they're in a lot of Halos.
I know there is
like
instant in one of them.
Yeah, but it's definitely not regular melees.
It's weird. It is a weird. We'll have to see more of it if they have more modes. Also,
I'm
like when I was looking
to play the
it's just
game, like the full game. That was
it's
the
just
main
more
thing that got me for.
It's just, and it's funny because it's like Halo Combat Evolved. It doesn't feel like it's evolved. The game does not look like it's evolved into what we play today.
Sure.
Like it really does. Like the skins are still, it's like, oh yeah, you're always gonna have bulky ass armor. I'm like, okay, that's fine. But in a game where we have like weird ass skins, where we have all this crazy fucking shit, it just is. It's very weird that they just double down on you're always gonna have like Spartan ass armor. And to me, that's a little boring.
What else is there?
I don't know. You have like fucking Spartan wings. Have some crazy like a Spartan helmet with fucking horns. Have like claws on your fists.
Even in Halo 5, they do. Not wings, but they definitely have like helmets with horns. And from Halo 5 and from what I've seen and heard about Halo Infinite, it seems like they are going to have more interesting shit. Like the ending one that they already showed off of, like the ending battle pass suit is like a fucking samurai suit. Like I think they're definitely going to try and do cooler shit with the armor, but it is still going to be, armor.
I'm going to make a prediction that it'll be hot for a month and it'll be gone. Whenever it comes out,
I think a lot could happen, but I think that is entirely possible.
I think it's gonna be the hot shit, and people are gonna play it obviously because it's free. Because we're not free, but it's on Game Pass, so everybody's gonna play it. Or I guess it is free. Yeah, it is free everywhere. So everybody's gonna play it for a month, and then after that month, we will see a big drop off.
Yeah, I mean that's how most games work.
Not like those competitive free to play stuff. Like you got Apex, that shit doesn't really. Valorant,
yeah, but like
still,
I don't know. I'm trying to think
poppin'.
of free to play games right now that are still not just like doing well, but like massive. Like there's not a ton of them.
Well, it's like Valorant, Apex,
and I know that Xbox definitely wants Halo to be one of those. I don't think it is going to be one of those, but I also don't think that is necessarily a realistic goal. Like, I mean, I don't know.
It should be, but that's the thing is they'd have to change a lot.
They should have gone for that more. But I will agree. I think from what I have seen, I don't think Halo Infinite is going to be on nearly the same level of popularity as a Fortnite, a Warzone, a Valorant, and Apex. Like, no.
Like I think, and this could be totally wrong, but I think that more people are excited for like Battlefield than they are for Halo.
I don't know about that. I don't know.
I think people are like stoked for like a lot of things with Battlefield just because like,
I think that's just you're in different spaces on the internet, because from what I have heard, people are definitely a lot more interested in Halo. I don't think I've seen many people talk about Battlefield at all, other than like the first week when it was shown off. Battlefield's more of an interesting one to me, because I think Battlefield has less of a chance of success because it's $70 and it's just multiplayer only. That's gonna be a whole thing.
But I don't know. I think nobody cares about the Halo story anymore. I'm sorry. I don't think they do.
Well, a lot of people do, but are
I don't know about that.
You know.
What happened at the end of Halo 5?
A lot of people do, but not.
What happened at the end of Halo 5?
The kids.
What happened at the end of Halo 5?
You gotta get the kids, and the kids don't give a shit.
How did Halo 5 end?
Fucking Cortana's evil. Spoilers.
Oh,
I do remember that, but I'm not. I'm not the normal Halo people.
Wasn't she like evil in like the previous ones too, or like starting to be evil?
No, in 4 she was like deteriorating, or they have a whole term for that where she was like dying. But in 5, no, she's like evil.
What happened with the whole Locke versus?
Yeah, that was stupid marketing. Don't get me started on that. That was fucking annoying.
Fucking man.
Because honestly,
for me,
that's
Halo
that is
1
the whole
to 3,
thing. I will get started on that for a second.
This is like,
Halo 5's marketing was fucking awesome. The trailers of that played like during the Super Bowl.
It was also atrocious because it wasn't anything that was. It was like No Man's Sky.
That's what I'm saying. Like the marketing itself was fucking cool as shit. Like during the Super Bowl where they had like they literally had a trailer of Master Chief like coming up to, I think it was Locke first. But like Master Chief coming up to Locke on the ground, be like, "You did this," and like fucking pointing the pistol at him. And then later in the Super Bowl, there was the same one, but Chief was on the ground and Locke. And I was like, "Oh, this is crazy." And then the game focused on that for like an hour total, maybe. I don't know. It was a bummer. But
like, this is like the Star Wars trilogy. Halo 1 to 3, that's my trilogy, and that's it. It's a complete package. I don't need any more. And that's
fair. I just really, honestly, one of my favorite competitive shooters is Halo 5 multiplayer. Like I sold my Xbox, and every now and then I'm still just like, wish I could play Halo 5 SWAT right now, but I can't because I don't have it. So I'm just excited to have a modern Halo that has SWAT because I miss SWAT. But I was gonna say the other game that I've been playing this last week. Let me tell you, Tyson, Marvel's Avengers. I started it, and I will say, having fun. That's all. Having fun. I'm playing the story. I mainly bought it because I wanted to play the story. I told you forever ago that I wanted to get the game for the story, even when it first came out and there were a bunch of issues, because I heard the story was good. And so far, going into that game with like fucking very low expectations, it's been really fun. I'm
Whatever
like surprised that I'm enjoying it. I'm like, wow.
Once you finish that story and then it pushes you to the end game, you just uninstall that motherfucker.
I don't know. My goal was to just play the story, and if I do like the gameplay, and if the story ends and it does like push me into another thing and it is fun, then sure, I'll keep playing. But I don't expect that to happen.
It does not. It does not, and there doesn't look like there's any real like, I don't know, the way they tell like story, and the way that you have to like I don't know how to explain it, but it's just very confusing. The war table is crap.
It is very weird.
And
it's
like
very weird.
It doesn't make a lot of sense in the end game.
Yeah.
And none of the stuff is your gear's not cosmetic at all.
Yeah.
And
I've already like, I don't know, there's a lot of things that when the game first came out, I watched reviews and stuff because I was interested in it. Because I've said this before, I like superheroes a lot. I like Marvel a lot. Like, I like grindy games. There is a lot, like this game, honestly, Avengers does not have to do much for me to like it. Like, it doesn't have to be that good.
You're one of those. They're just like,
I like superheroes and I like grindy games. And I like, I don't know, there's like...
But like, what is your... I
know that.
This is the thing. It's like, what is your goal to play the end game? Like, to play...
What is my...
What's your goal?
My goal is to have fun. If I'm having fun, then I'm still playing.
But what is the... But when you're in the end game, there's like no story, let me tell you.
Yeah.
So then you're just literally going to certain places, doing 3 to 4 of the exact same looking room, killing enemies, and then doing that over and over again.
Yeah. I mean, I will say, like,
nothing is transferred over to your other characters, which is horseshit.
Yeah. I will say I'm glad that they made it now so that, because it's fucking wild to me that this was not a thing before. But before you couldn't play missions with multiple of the same characters, which is so crazy. But you can now, which is good. But I don't know. My goal was just to play the story, and if I liked it, and if I liked the gameplay, and if the rest of it pulls me in even slightly, I'll do it. But I did not buy it like, whoo, I'm gonna grind all my characters to whatever the fuck the cap is. I don't even know what the cap is. Like, one of my friends on PlayStation saw me playing and he tweeted at me and he was like, grinding out Avengers, ? And I was like, I wouldn't say that. I'm just playing the story. Like, I don't know if I'm ever going to be grinding out Avengers. But as I was going to say, as somebody who likes superheroes and who likes grindy stuff, and the gameplay is a lot better than I thought it would be, I don't know. I could totally see myself, like, at the end doing whatever repetitive shit and throwing on a podcast and beating people up. I like doing that sometimes. I like having a game I like a podcast game. But we'll see. Right now I'm enjoying it. The story it's as somebody who played the beta and was very fucking angry. I was mad at the beta. Because like I said, I went into the beta knowing, I was like, you don't have to be that good. Like, you don't have to be that good for me to like you. And
what's wrong with the beta?
Was like, what are you doing?
The beta is still the game. Or like the beta is in the game.
I know. But this is what I was saying. As somebody who went into the beta and who was upset, and one of the main reasons why I didn't buy the game originally was not because of a lot of, like, I don't know, the content in the game or even a lot of the criticism. It was just that I genuinely played the beta and did not like how the mechanics of the game felt. I did not like how the characters felt to punch. And I was like, that's a big problem. But playing it right now, honestly, I think it feels a lot better. I don't know. Maybe it's just the 60 frames. But because I played it on like PS4. Yeah. PS4 and it ran like shit. And you couldn't turn off motion blur and stuff like that. So like being able to turn off like the screen shake and the motion blur, and there's so much of that. There's like depth of field. There's like this shit.
There's still a lot that I like. I don't know. There's still a lot that I don't like about the game.
Oh yeah, and
even
that
like
is
like mechanics.
fucking
wise.
me too. Even just
It's
playing
just
the
like-
story, there is like issues that I have found, but my
Walk on.
expectations are so low that I
Fucking
was like,
horrible.
I'm surprised I'm enjoying how this plays. It's cool.
And then I've been watching a lot of Paul Tassi, and because he's been talking about it, and he's been talking about like what is it, the Omega level threat or whatever the fuck it is it's called, and how it's just like mind-numbingly difficult and like not at all fun, and like
Oh damn.
and I'm just like, this is not. It is not. And like that's the thing. It's like that's the end goal. Those are the goalposts. That's what you want to get to. And
Yeah,
it's just like
that's
if
not
that's
a
not
good-
fun, then
Not
I'm
a
like,
good sign.
and then if they made it even more grindy like that. They haven't rolled that back.
Yeah, that's a bummer.
And
I will say, like, I don't know. I've I had such low expectations that so far I'm having a lot more fun than I ever thought I would, because I kind of didn't look into it a ton. There is stuff that I did look into, but like, not only do I like how it actually feels, but the like skill trees, like I kind of, I don't know, I just forgot that existed. And then as I'm playing the game, I'm like, oh, there's like a lot of shit you can upgrade.
those are, like that
Cool.
stuff. The RPG stuff is actually really good.
Yeah.
I wish they could change like some of the things there, and then like
It surprised me. Forgot
they
it.
like
was
with
even there.
the gear. There's a little too much randomness where like at the end in the end game, you can have like a legendary piece be better than an exotic piece. And I'm like, well, that shouldn't really be a
That's
thing
not how
in this
that's
game.
weird.
If like this is the top level gear, that should be the top level gear. Like,
Yeah.
so there's those
Well,
kind of
I
things.
will say,
and-
so this has. I'm gonna tell a short little story that has to do with this discussion.
Okay.
I was-
Before you do though, I'm
Yeah.
gonna run to the bathroom.
That's also a good idea. And then
Okay.
I'll talk about that. Finish up Avengers. We can talk about shows, and then okay. I hit the wrong button for a second. All right, so we're back. So here's the story I was gonna tell. All right.
Okay.
Me and Eric were playing the Halo Infinite like test thing, little alpha or whatever the fuck. And cause he and a bunch of my other friends had played New World, the new MMO coming out. They had played the beta that had like a closed beta for like 2 weeks. They had played that for like 50 hours within like the first week. So they were super into it. And I told him, I was like, oh yeah, dude, I saw you guys have played a bunch of New World. I'm actually going to play that when it comes out. I'm pretty excited about it because I played a little bit of the alpha and a little bit of the beta, and I really like it. I just don't want to, play it a bunch right now where my progress is going to reset. But I'll play it when it comes out. And he immediately was like, oh, good luck with that. Have fun. And I was like, what are you talking about? You played it for like 50 hours. He's like, yeah, well, I just think that when you get to the end, the crafting is not really going to have much of a place in the economy or something. He did what a lot of people always do,
Makes sense.
which is like, here are the problems with that after you play hundreds of hours. And I'm like, but I promise I'm not going to get there. Like, that's my thing. Every time somebody does that, I'm like, that's not going to be an issue for me. I promise. And
you
want to
you want to do Master Vogue.
I mean,
I'm gonna say I'll bet you $100 you won't do Master Vogue by the end of the year.
by the end of the year, let's go. I need money so bad. Part of me is like, oh, I should take him up on that and fucking just grind for the money. But then it's like, hours, dollar per hour. How much is it? But I don't know. Maybe it's possible. I don't know. I'm not gonna commit and be like, fuck yeah, I'm gonna do it. I'm not saying that right now.
Why? That's the thing. You need the fire under your ass to actually do it. Because then you're just like, maybe I will, maybe I won't. Maybe this, maybe that.
Yeah,
It's like,
but then I don't want to put the stress on myself for
it's
a
not
hobby
stress.
that's
It's
supposed to be fun.
motivation, and then
Or I can
proving
just do
somebody
what's fun.
wrong. That's literally
I don't
when
really
people
like live my life
uh,
with spite.
it's like there's in Twitch you can do like predictions when you're streaming, right?
Sure.
So you do a prediction, and like I was doing them when I was streaming Demon Souls, and it was like, will I die to this boss? And the predictions are heavily swayed, and yes, and that makes you be
And then
like, you
you're
know
like,
what,
"Fuck you."
motherfuckers? Yeah, let's. And then it makes you be like, okay, you know what? I'm gonna show the doubters it's like you're gonna lose all your fucking points. How about that? Like that's that's literally that's just how that kind of motivation works. But you fuel off of people thinking you can't do things.
Sure. No, that's
like when everybody's like, oh yeah, I guess.
Certain things, dude. So this is funny, but this is not to do with this. It just reminded me of this. Last year, Keith was like, bro, I'm gonna bet you, I'll make a pizza bet with you right now that The Last of Us Factions multiplayer comes out by the end of the year. And I was like, 0 chance it does. And then he ended up giving me money for a pizza. And then he came in my chat like a week ago being like, hey, you want to make another pizza bet for this year? And I was like, honestly, maybe, because it's not coming out this year.
100% it's not coming out. Everything's being delayed, especially from Sony. Everything's being delayed. God. So I highly doubt that is going to be...
Oh, but the reason for my Halo Infinite story, with the way Eric phrased all that, is like, maybe I run into issues in Avengers. I probably will. I will run into things that I do not like, and that will be when I stop playing. But for now, I'm liking playing the game, and the story is fun, and I like
when I think about it, it's like if I'm reading a book and somebody's like, I read that book and let me tell you, like, the ending is absolutely terrible. Yeah, it ruins the experience. It ruins and if I'm like, but even though I'm having like a good time reading this book, if somebody I trust is like, yeah, the ending will make you hate yourself, then I'll be like, you know what? Fuck it. I'm not gonna. It's like I trust the person.
Sure, but in my opinion, narrative is completely different from fun gameplay. The gameplay is just not advice. The same as narrative.
It's literally just advice from somebody about something.
I get it, but like, I am not playing Avengers to get to an end game thing. Like, that's not what I'm doing. I'm just playing it because the gameplay and what I am doing at the moment is fun, and I like it. You know what I mean? Like, you're allowed to live in the moment, not always be working towards a certain thing.
Yeah. This goes back to our progress over fun, where it's like everybody's just trying to get to somewhere. At least in these games. No, but like in these games, it's like,
trying to get somewhere.
It's like next season in Destiny, it's like, we got to hit 1345. That's the goal. Those are the goalposts. Yeah.
Sure.
And like that's everybody's goalpost is to hit that. And then most people, like, you don't stop playing, but you peter off because like that's the goal that you needed to hit to do certain things. And that's just how a lot of these like live service games are. Like if it's a live service game, it's almost like progress over fun.
We're not gonna have this conversation again.
It is though. It is. Because people are like, oh, I hate this. Like Leopard's funny quote whenever he's playing Destiny, he's like, I hate this game. It's my favorite.
Yeah.
And that's literally that's these games that we play, where it's like we play them so much that we hate them at the same time that they're our favorite game.
I think your view of most gamers, which are a lot of gamers, I do agree that a lot of them do view games this way, but I'm just saying I think that your view of most gamers is a very like these people need help. They're all very unhealthy. It's not a good way to live life. Why are you just pursuing something that you're not having fun doing and you're hating? Like, just stop. Do something that brings you joy in your life.
Because you want the progression so that you can do the things that you want to do.
It's not worth it if it's not fun.
I mean, it's fun in a way because it feels good to shoot the guns, but like the activities aren't fun.
That's what I'm saying.
No, but like the activities aren't fun.
A base thing of like playing the game has to be fun.
Yes, but when you sign on to Destiny, when it's reset, it's like, oh yeah, I got to do my chores. Like, you got to do all of these things. That's what everybody says. No. That's what everybody says. I think that like you're in the minority when it comes to games like Destiny and like those like live service games. When it's a single player, when it's a single player,
the minority. The hardcore people watching streams are never the actual majority of people playing the game. That's never how that has ever worked.
They're the people who I feel care about the game a little bit more.
Sure. Yeah, that's true.
And so like I don't want to say I hold what they say a little bit. Actually, no, I do hold what they say a little bit higher because it's like if somebody watches a movie and is like always like getting up or talking through the movie or not really paying attention and then they give an opinion about a movie compared to somebody who is like there, sat down, paid attention to the whole thing. It's like, I'm going to hold one of your opinions a little bit higher.
Sure. But I don't know. It's like that's the reason why I told the Eric story. There are probably a lot of problems in a ton of games that I will never encounter because I do not play it to that degree that those people do. So they're going to have different complaints than me. It's just how it works.
Yeah. But then you play these massively player games, but like, I don't know. I just think
I never normally get to that. Like,
but that's that's weird. It's like you play the single player, you play a single player game in an MMO.
Kinda. I don't know.
Yeah.
I just, most of the time I like the scale of MMOs and I like the, I do like grindy things where I was saying one of the reasons why I'm excited for New World was when I did play the beta for like 2 hours and I just like kind of leveled up. Like I did like the beginning of a PC MMO where it's like, oh, here's your first weapon and like here's what a skill tree looks like, and like I would kill something and be like, here's your sword mastery XP and your gold, and you'd see the level on the bottom go up, and then you reached level 2, here's a skill point. You reached a new area, you discovered this, like all that shit. I was just like, dopamine, just I love this, just keep giving me. I just want to see numbers go up, that's all I really want.
Then look at a clock. Like for me, I'm the complete opposite.
Title of this episode.
I'm at the complete opposite. I'm like, okay, look at this game and I'm like, what's the end game like? What is the end? What is the end armor? What is the end abilities? What is the end areas? What do I look like?
I do that sometimes just out of curiosity, but most of the time I do know that I'm never going to get there. Like, most of the time with MMOs, I am very curious.
It's the same with like Final Fantasies. Like I hate the beginning of Final Fantasies where you're like, oh yeah, you have a sword. Oh, I hit him with 7 damage. And I'm like, oh my God, fucking get me, like get over this.
Endgame is always more fun. That is true. Yeah. That's always the case. That's why I always, like we were saying before, I always recommended that with World of Warcraft, not just because of the content, but also like your abilities, your rotation, especially in a traditional MMO is going to be more fun to kill things.
So we're on opposite sides of that, where you like the mindless, like, oh, I'm gonna mine and get like 1 copper and.
Yeah, I like that, but I also do like endgame content stuff.
I want that endgame stuff.
Raids.
I want endgame stuff now.
That's fair, but
that's why
I don't know. I like all of it. in most MMOs, I like all of it except PvP. Like, I don't know. I do like.
But it's action.
Whenever I have gotten to harder
PvP.
content, whenever I have gotten to raids and like harder difficulty dungeons and stuff like that, and like ESO and like. I do enjoy it, and it is really fun. It's a lot more fun content for sure. But I also do like hopping in and growing your character and watching numbers go up. I don't know. I just like MMOs and RPGs and stuff like that. I like them.
Well, we'll see. We'll see if you in 6 months. We'll see if you finish Master Vogue.
Oh, that's a good one. We will see. Put it on your calendars.
No, you don't have to really put it on your calendar because it's not going to happen.
I just want to see if it does. If it does go up, or if it stays. That'll be interesting. But I was gonna say we need to get out of here pretty soon. But we haven't had time to talk too much about shows or TV.
There's nothing.
Or movies. We don't need to talk about the fact that I've been rewatching The Flash for a little bit. We just need to move right past that. It's been really fun, but it's okay. We don't need to talk about it. You said you watched Suicide Squad, right? I have not seen it, so don't spoil anything. Just like general thoughts.
Fast 9.
And Fast 9. But I also
what a fucking roller coaster of a what the fuck is going on. I called what was going to happen in the movie. And I was like, oh yeah, this is totally gonna happen. Totally happened. I just okay, like, can I spoil like a little piece of the movie? I don't know.
I don't give a fuck.
You don't care?
Fast.
Okay.
Yeah. I've never seen
like
any of them.
there's a part where like the bad guys are trying to like upload something to a satellite. And so the only way that they can like disrupt that is if they like manually fuck with the satellite. So then Tej, who is Ludacris, and Tyrese's character is Roman. They met up with the dude from Fast 3 Tokyo Drift, and he's like
Han,
making
right? Isn't that a whole thing where
the white, the other kid, I forget his name though, the white kid who actually went to
Tokyo. The only thing I know is that people were excited that Han was alive.
Yeah, Han is back. But no, they meet up with him and Bow Wow, like that, and because Bow Wow is in Tokyo Drift. They meet up with them, and like they're making rockets now. So they make a rocket and they strap it to a car, and so then they're on a plane and they go to space. So it's just Tej, so it's Ludacris and Tyrese in a car in space.
Nice.
And I'm just like thinking, well, I think they're gonna even go farther, but I'm still like when they're just floating there. I'm just thinking, like, I remember Too Fast, Too Furious when, like, Ludacris had, like, a big fro, and they're all just, like, driving, like, hopped up, like, Mitsubishis. And I'm like, and now you guys are in space. Like, and they didn't have, like, real suits on. They had, like, submarine, like, underwater suits. And I'm just like, man, I don't know what this movie is. But it made probably a shit ton of money. And it was okay.
I was gonna say, did you like it?
I mean, I did, but it's also just like so weird. It's so weird because, like, okay, when you think about the MCU, it's like, okay, we had Iron Man in the first movie, and he was like full suit Iron Man. And even though Iron Man evolved, we still sort of had Iron Man.
Yeah.
But like, Fast 1 was about Dom and them pulling over like trucks with VCRs and DVD players and like stealing all of that stuff.
Yeah.
And now they're like stopping terrorists from launching like nukes all over the world. It's like, what is going on? There's no like real connection into like they were street racers and they would race cars and they would soup up cars. And now they're literally saving the world from like crazy terrorists, and it's just so weird that it's the same fucking thing. Yeah. So weird. Yeah. But also, it's weird. John Cena was in both movies because he's in Fast and he's in Suicide Squad.
Oh yeah! Wow.
Yeah. He's had a good
weekend, I guess.
He had a good he had a good week.
Couple months or whatever.
But yeah, they were fine. Suicide Squad is really good. Fucking amazing.
Hell
Great
yeah.
story.
Maybe I will
They did
watch
exactly what I wanted like a Suicide Squad movie to be. There was a lot of still character development. Yeah, really good.
Shit. Maybe
I also played I was gonna I forgot to mention I played a free-to-play game, indie free-to-play game on Friday. Went to a little concert in the free-to-play game.
Oh, goddamn. Did he go to the Ariana Grande?
I went to the Ariana Grande concert in Fortnite.
I learned about that like today. I didn't even know that was happening.
Was it fucking dope? And I was like, I wish I liked this game because it looked great, it ran great, and that event was just so fucking cool. I haven't downloaded Fortnite into any of them. I've seen them on Twitch, but like this was the first one I was like, okay, you know what? Fuck it. I'm just going to download it and go.
Fortnite gets shit on, but it gets shit on because it's one of the most fucking popular games in the world. And there's a reason.
But I mean, like the game, like I don't want to play Fortnite, but that event was just like, holy shit, this is so cool. And like flawless. I guess they've been doing events like this for years now, but like, I'm thinking of Destiny events where literally we stood and stared at the sky forever and then something finally happened. But this was like so intricate and like it was on time. And then we were snowboarding or like water skiing sort of down a thing, and then we were like bouncing around. Then we were fighting this like monster, and then we were listening to like Ariana Grande, and she was there, and it was just like it was fucking dope. So
Remember
fucking
when
cool.
the opening crawl in Star Wars Episode 9 referenced a Fortnite event? What a time to be alive.
It did?
Yeah, because it says it in the opening crawl in like Rise of Skywalker, it says like a message went out among the stars or something about like Palpatine's return, and it's talking about in Fortnite in the Star Wars event where Palpatine's like, I'm fucking back. Like
was that before the event was before? Oh, okay.
Yeah.
God,
it's a
burn that trilogy down, and pour gasoline on it and
Rise
burn
of
it.
Skywalker, man.
Oh, that's rough. But yeah, other than that, well, I didn't really watch any of the Olympics because I don't have cable.
I actually have been wanting to, but I haven't seen any yet either.
Well, now they're over.
Hmm?
Yeah, it's over now, I think.
Damn. Well, I kind of wanted to because like when I was a kid, for a while we didn't have actual cable, and because my parents are cheap. The fly just landed on my monitor. God damn it! Landed right here. Fucking here. God damn. But we didn't have cable, so my parents bought like a cheap ass like, you know, $10, $15 antenna that gets like local channels, you know what I mean? So all we had was like Fox or CBS or whatever the fuck. We had like 5 different channels. And I remember one year where the Olympics came, and we watched like a bunch of Olympics because it was like, you know, it was on local channels. It was the only thing we could actually see. And I was actually like super into it, and it was really fun. So I should have.
I just want winter. Winter Olympics better than Summer Olympics. 100%. Because they're just like Summer Olympics are fine. Obviously, it was the first Olympics, but it is literally just like, okay, run, swim, run over hurdles, jump really far, jump really high.
Okay, run, swim.
Those are the things. Dive, and then I know that there's more,
Bike.
but it's like that's literally whereas Winter Olympics, it's like, okay, you know what? Take this piece of wood and just hurl yourself down an icy slalom thing, like head first. Or,
that shit is always really fun to watch.
Man, skeleton's fucking scary as shit. There's skeleton, and then there's what's the other one where you're backwards?
That one was the one I was thinking of.
Skeleton.
I don't know what it's called, but it's pretty fun.
Because bobsled is like literally in a bobsled with 4 other or with like more people. But then even like like snowboarding.
Do they do like figure skating in the Winter Olympics, or is that Honestly, after watching Yuri on Ice, I might actually watch real figure skating.
Figure skating's dope. Yeah. What else is there? Like all of the snowboarding stuff, like the half pipe. Like I know that they added skateboarding this year, which is cool. But like snowboarding's great. Then hockey, curling, fucking curling, best fucking Olympic sport ever. Damn. It is the best sport. Do you know what curling is? You probably don't even know what curling is.
No, I know. I never watched curling.
Really?
Like, oh yeah, let's go watch some curling. But I know that people like it. I know that people like curling.
How do they throw the rock and then they sweep in front of it so fast to turn the rock? It is just mind blowing. I love curling. Shit. It is so fucking. I love curling.
Exactly what was going on? Interesting.
They throw a rock down ice.
Yeah.
Then there's 2 people who have brooms.
Yep.
Who sweep so that the friction on the ice is less, so that the ball or the rock will then like turn that way.
Oh shit!
Because like when you throw a rock down ice, like it's gonna like the friction is the thing that kind of makes it move left or right. So it's like, and then when it gets down to like it's so slow, and then it's just so fucking so good. I just love curling. And then you can like hit rocks, and you can be like, "Oh fuck you, you're in the middle, not anymore."
Exactly.
The best.
But yeah, I haven't seen any of the Olympics this year. I'm trying to think. Was there anything I watched or anything like that the last couple weeks? Not really. I'm sure probably 2 weeks ago I probably did watch something that I've forgotten about at this point. I'm keeping up with My Hero Academia. That's still really fun. It's still really good.
I haven't watched any anime in forever.
Yeah, I think that's pretty much it. The Flash. I will say though, I am having a lot of fun watching The Flash. I am going to stop after season 3. I'm not going any further. But I'm watching it while I work. Like it's what I have on.
But you could be watching something good while you work.
Excuse you. The Flash season 1 and 2 is very good. I
It's
will
not.
say
It's not.
has more issues than I
It's
remembered,
not.
but it is
It's
very
not.
good. It's
No,
very
it's
good.
not.
It's very good.
No,
Let me tell you, Zoom,
is not
bro,
very good.
You talk about Zoom trying to lock up the darkness. You can't. You can't lock up the darkness, Tyson.
I think you need help. You were saying that like, oh yeah, hardcore gamers need help. I think you need help. I think you need an intervention.
You're not wrong.
You need an intervention.
The problem with
bad television
the
and
problem
bad
is
video
that
games.
I just care too much about the Arrowverse. I shouldn't care because they don't. They don't care.
Then just don't. Just stop.
I know.
No,
It's
you don't know. This is another one of those like, oh, you know what? I shouldn't care. I should probably stop. Maybe I will. Maybe
I'm not saying I'm going to. I'm gonna finish season 1 through 3, and I'm having a good time doing it. But like
there's so many. What if you died tomorrow? And there's so much good media that you cannot have seen.
No, that's fair.
And instead,
I don't know,
you watched Avatar 9 times, and you watched Flash however many times.
Okay, real talk. Honestly, though, the reason why I went and did it, I have talked about rewatching like Flash or Arrow, and I've never actually done it. Like, I've never actually rewatched it.
Then why?
Because I like them, and they actually really had like specifically early seasons of Flash and Arrow through was very important to me in like high school. Like it was actually a really helpful like. I don't know. They do mean a lot to me, like some of the early seasons there. So I have been wanting to rewatch them, but
they're not good. But they're not good. It is not good.
You got
that rose tinted. You're emotionally connected to them because you watched them the first time at a specific part in your life. So you are less harsh on them.
Yeah, I will say watching through Flash, I have actually rewatched. I think I've rewatched parts of like maybe half of season 1 of Arrow, like or something like that, or just clips on YouTube. Arrow so far, from what I've seen, still holds up. But I'll have to do that. I'll have to do that next, motherfucker. But I will say, Flash. Flash does have more silly plot holes than I had remembered from like season 1 and 2. I will say, fucking Reverse Flash and Harrison Wells and that shit, still dope. Zoom season 2, still fucking awesome. I will like, I will die on the hill that Zoom like his.
You'll be the only one.
No way, dude. No way. Zoom's fucking voice is maybe we can just awesome.
Put all of you people on that hill, and then like chop off a part of the country.
Explosion.
And then like just no, we'll let you live, and then we'll just push you out to sea, so you all can just live together.
Very gracious.
It's like a new Australia. We'll put you all together,
prison country.
cut you off of the country, and then be like, okay, you guys go over there, and we'll be over here with the good.
I'm just saying,
television.
Zoom's voice is fucking awesome. Like, I remember them talking about how they casted like a different voice for Zoom, and like rewatching it, the fucking like. The sound is so good. Like, it's so dope. And literally, like, you can't lock up the darkness bit. I just watched that episode. It's fucking awesome. But there are lots of, like, specifically time travel. There's a lot of, like, bro, you're really breaking this. Like, they're, I don't know. They're very fast and loose with it. And let me tell you, as somebody who just fucking finished season 7 of Flash, that shit is extremely fast and loose with it. They are not even trying. At least in season 1 and 2, they kind of like try and somewhat explain it, but they don't do an amazing job. Season 7, they're just like, fuck it, man. We're going wherever the fuck we want, doing whatever. There's no rules.
The whole new season of season 7 or whatever it is. of the Flash.
Yeah, I did a while back. That's what actually maybe I hadn't said. The reason why I went back to watch season 1 and 2 was because I finished season 7 and was like, this is fucking upsetting. So I went back to watch.
And this is why, and it pains me to say this, but this is why when you say opinions about television and movies, they're a little lessened.
I mean, that's if you want to be wrong about the Reverse Flash, then
I am not wrong. I am not wrong about the quality of the CW show, The Flash. I'm not.
I think the comments might be on my side on this one, and I say that only because I know that Dragons is in the comments, and I know that he likes early seasons of the CW shows. Well, but he's gonna be in there being like, "You gotta watch Gotham."
You both like really garbage shows, then. That's just two people who both like garbage television.
All right, well, ladies and gentlemen, you can find me on twitch.tv/Teddy Chinaris, and you can find all of my opinions on good television like Legends of Tomorrow.
Yeah, you wouldn't know what good television was if it smacked you in the face.
How dare you? How dare you, sir? And you can go to twitter.com/TeddyCharis. YouTube's the same, Instagram's the same, TikTok's the same. What else? That's about it. We're streaming. I'm gonna be playing Rogue Company this upcoming week because I am actually excited about that new map and the new season.
You already quit or Final Fantasy VII Remake. You quit that game.
Yep. No.
Yeah, you
this
did.
week. This week I'm not doing it either because I'm literally working. But
you literally haven't played it. When was the last time you played it? Like a month ago.
It's been like 3 weeks, but that's. I genuinely am not quitting. I do actually want to keep doing that on Sundays. But I have had stuff come up.
It is tough to value your opinion when you can't even beat that game. Is a fucking 10.
I'm really liking it. I'm having fun with it. It's a good game.
But then you're like, you know what? Good. I'm gonna go play Marvel's Avenger.
Well, Final Fantasy VII was the thing that I was playing specifically on a certain day. Avengers, I just said, fuck it. I want to play a superhero thing, and I'm having fun with it. All right. But yeah, when I'm not playing Rogue Company this upcoming week, I probably will be doing Avengers. I don't have a ton left in the story though, so I don't know. I think I have like a few missions left, if that. I'm probably like right close to the end. We'll see how they bring Cap back from the dead. That'll be great. I'm sure that'll be a really creative way to do that. But yeah, that's where you can find me most nights. I'm up late this upcoming week, so keep your eyes there. Where can people find you, Tyson?
You can find me on Twitter, Tyson Pellegrini, Instagram, Pellegrini_17, and Twitch, T Pellegrini, YouTube. I think I got to do my URL soon. So you can find me there. TikTok. I did a TikTok video, so it's T.Pellegrini17, I think. I'm not 100%. Trying to do that. But mostly YouTube is 100% no video game content. It's solely K-pop music video reacts, which I recorded another one today. I have to record like another 4 tomorrow. There's a lot of K-pop music videos, and then everybody in the comments is like, "Hey, you should listen to this. Hey, you should react to this." And I'm like, "Oh my god!"
There you go.
Mean, it's great. It's great. Don't get me wrong. There's just a lot. There is so much, and there's so many different groups and so many different artists, and it's like I think all I listen to now is just K-pop. That's it. I am one with K-pop,
and K-pop is one with you.
Yeah.
You know? Congratulations.
As they say, the K-pop don't stop.
That's what they say. Hell yeah. All right, but this episode is going to stop right now. See you next week. Bye.
Peace.